Mr. Ambrose, it's good to have you on the first day of the week, a Monday, 8th of September, right here on the Market Report Show, ADBN.
Yeah, thanks for having me, on your show today. But I would say that it's a good start for Nigerian market, and I would tell you, it's not only
Hmm.
here in Nigeria. If you look at across the globe, this fourth trading day has been a positive one. As mature markets reacting to rate cut expectation from Fed, that has spread over to other nations, especially the big banks across the globe. And also in Nigeria here,
Hmm.
there's a hint also from the CBN governor that they're likely also to cut rate. That have filtered into the market. Can see that today we are seeing a good opening, seeing about almost 40 stocks on the green, while
Hmm.
13 on the loser side. For me, it's a good start for the week. After we have seen kind of a positive close for last trading day of previous before the holiday. For me, the market is starting on a good note.
Hmm. Interesting. But help us to understand the PMI index that many of us are now reviewing. Most of our viewers also want to know the relationship between the PMIs, a PMI index that that is out, and how it will definitely push everybody and every player on the stock at this point in time.
No, actually, what is test investor or the public is that an economy, for you to know whether the private sector or economic activities is expanding, the short indicator is to look at the purchasing manager index for the month. And it's a monthly data that give insight what has happened in the month that just passed. For me, for also in anywhere in the world, when you see the central banks or the policy meeting coming together or their committee coming together, they don't just come together to look at their face. They look at data that come from the economy to analyze whether that data can be sustained or what can they do, because anywhere in the world, it is the monetary policy that drive or gives tone for economic activities on not using rates to work to move a fund from one point or the other. For me, that is your activity that happen within the economy on the private sector, and anything that is above 50 is a sign of what expansion. Anything below 50 is a sign of what contraction. Now, saying that for Nigeria, our purchasing manager index for the month of August moved from 54 basic point to 54.2, with an expansion. While other climate we're seeing that some of them are all flat decline, but for us for August, it's a good news for Nigeria economy that we're seeing an expansion. And also for the month of September, since we have seen for August, that gives us insight what we expect to see also for this last month of September. But actually, as I have seen that figure now, that are still on what? On inflation figure for the month of August. Also to give insight what we're expecting, at the NPC meeting. But already, like I said at the beginning of this discussion, that a hint from the Nigerian governor is that they want fund to be cheap so that they can also use to expand the economy and activities. And I believe that that is a good move at this point. If they can cut rate, in this meeting or the next one that's coming in November, I think the economy will also become more active to drive the growth expected. Because at the end of the year, the government is forecasting that they want to achieve 4% GDP
Hmm.
growth. The World Bank thinks that we're going to achieve 3.6% growth in Nigeria. If you don't achieve such growth, where you have a high cost of fund, I think that that's why the way the committee members and the civilian governor are thinking that really, if you want to expand the economy, you need what? You need a cheaper fund to do that.
Exactly. Interesting. But before I let you go, because we just have a few times so that you can quickly go back to to other platforms that you are quite engaged at this point in time. Now, I saw something that you wrote this morning on your platform, one of the initiation in terms of educating Nigerians on the stock market. You said something about navigating at this point in time so that we can have a better bonus. Can you just share a part of that with us? Because a lot of viewers also want to know. You get it. They are part of the advocacy we are pushing
Yeah.
out on Nigerian stock market.
Yeah, navigating the interim dividends of banks and also the
Hmm.
policy meeting of central bank. That's what we talked today in our discussion for the class
Hmm.
today. What I mean navigation is that at this point now, all eyes are still on the banking result that's what to come in the month of August. But from insider information we have gotten, and also from getting from the right source, that why there's delay in this bank comment, it's not that the banks have done badly or CBN want to just keep it for keeping sake. No, in anywhere in the world, being thorough and due diligence is very, very important. Banks have come out to say that yes, they have met their forbearance issue and all those stuff that they don't no issue again. But the regulator want to look at their paper and look at their results, look at their numbers, and see yes that is reflecting that they have really met it. That's why they expect to delay. But I know that some of them that have met it will pay good dividend, even better than what they did in previous year. For that, there's no cost for alarm for that. The delay is expected because the regulators have to also look at the numbers, the result of this banks, and there's no cost for alarm. And most of the banks are not doing badly. And for me, it's a good news for our market that we have a strong bank, robust bank with strong capital base. That economy is set to to grow, go into the future if we sustain our good economic policy that we're just seeing now.
Interesting. But I won't let you go without also putting your own point on the insurance company. We saw over last week one of the insurance company having over 1.42 billion naira shares unit. It was very interesting that we saw that. But what do you have to say about the insurance company? There is like they are catching up also with the banks.
Don't forget that in insurance sector, most of their share issue are really enlarged, and also the prices of their shares are low. For that, you can see such volume on in the insurance, but it won't make much impact on the general market. Seeing 1 billion share traded in one insurance, is it not sovereign trust? Seeing that kind of
Yes,
show that
yes.
yes, but because of the price are low, you can't see much. Actually, last week we saw for retail investor activities, but this morning we're seeing like yes, interest of institutional investor, but at the end of the day, we know. But because there is a lot of potential in the insurance sector, many design investors are already looking that way. But we don't see overnight return. Or because the arts has opened a lot of door for them to rake in more money, their premium will be sustained. For example, if they implement the insurance of buildings in Nigeria, if it comes to stay, and also the federal government and the state government now show example by insuring all the buildings they have in Nigeria, tell that these insurance banks are sitting on what? On pool of funds that will make them to get more business and also do more expansion and do other things that will support the economy. For me, that potential is what many investors are seeing, and they're already keen at this point that there's also potential in that direction. I mean, the upside movement in their price is high. Despite that might be slow at this initial time, but once they conclude their capitalization in 2026 August, that will not see where the insurance sectors are moving. But for me, I see a lot of potential for those that are thinking medium and long. They can start keying the work for what insurance sector or insurance stock for now.
All right. Thank you so much, Ambrose, for coming on the show. Although the other aspect of our
Thanks for having
discussion,
me.
definitely we'll keep it in a cooler till we have opportunity to discuss that. The MPC meeting is drawing closer and closer. We have less than
Yes,
10 days to that. But definitely,
yes.
Ambrose, you will also be in the room to help us analyze that when the time comes.
No, no problem at all. Thank you for having me.
All right, now. So enjoy the rest of your day over there in Lagos.